Good evening, Mayor and City Council. My name is Jude Bautista. I live in Pasadena. I attend Pasadena Mennonite Church and I go to Marshall Fundamental High School. I am here today to urge you to change zoning to allow for higher density residential buildings. People who can't afford to buy or rent a single-family home cannot afford to live in a single-family zone. This is segregating our city by how much money people make. On top of that, 70% of Pasadena is only zoned for single-family homes. This means that these people are excluded from 70% of the city. Further, single-family zoning requires people to use cars because in such zones, stores, workplaces, parks, restaurants, and other daily resources are too far away for most people to walk, bike, and bus and rail stops are also too far away. This reliance on cars is causing an increase in pollution and smog. Please change zoning to allow for higher density residential buildings. Thank you.
Thank you. Jax Rewers.
Good evening, Pasadena Mayor and City Council. My name is Jax Rewers, and today I stand before you to address the issue that affects us all, homelessness in Pasadena. While our city is known for its beauty, diversity, and prosperity, it is also home to many who face the daily struggle of living without a safe place to call their own. Homelessness is not just a matter of lack of shelter. It's a human crisis that impacts families, veterans, young people, and seniors alike. It leads to deteriorating physical and mental health, increased vulnerability, and a cycle that's hard to escape without help. Every person without a home is someone's neighbor, someone's family member, and someone who deserves compassion and opportunity. We need to stop homelessness because it tarnishes the values that we cherish as a community, values of empathy, justice, and care for one another. It is not enough to simply build shelters. We need comprehensive solutions that address the root causes, like affordable housing, mental health services, job opportunities, and social support. Together, we have the power to turn the tide. By acting with urgency, compassion, and collaboration, we can help end homelessness in Pasadena and create a city where everyone, no matter their circumstance, can thrive. Thank you.
Thank you. Grayson Schnigger, followed by Thomas Jost, followed by Yul Hur, then Joe Coletti.
Good evening. My name is Grayson, and I live in Pasadena. I attend Pasadena Mennonite Church and go to Octavia E. Butler Middle School. I would like to express some concerns for how single-family zoning is affecting our city. First, single-family zoning requires more cars because of the city limits reaching farther with spread out bus and train stops too. This means each family needs at least one car. Cars pollute, including EVs. In fact, due to being heavier, they produce more non-exhaust particulates, such as brake, tire, and road wear. Some studies have shown non-exhaust emissions are greater than exhaust emissions. Second, single-family zoning economically segregates city by wealth and race. People unable to afford single-family homes need to live in a multifamily zone. Pew Research Center has also shown that average white family has 9.2 times more wealth than the average black family. Single-family neighborhoods do not have the needed tax bases to support the high infrastructure. This usually is paid by the higher density neighborhoods. Finally, state law requires affordable housing spread evenly throughout the city. Single-family zoning covers 70% of Pasadena, preventing this. Therefore, single-family zoning is violating this law. I'm asking you to consider prioritizing multifamily housing for the benefit of our city and continue to make Pasadena a city that is working toward a fair and just future for all of us. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. My name is Thomas Jost, a member of a renting family. I live in Pasadena. I'm a member of Pasadena Mennonite Church, and I currently attend school at Marshall Fundamental Secondary School. Thank you for your support of PUSD schools and the opportunity to speak tonight. Around 70% of our city is zoned for only single-family homes. This means that only 30%, or around 7 miles, of Pasadena's 23-mile area is zoned for apartments and subsidized affordable housing, or housing for people who are struggling to pay rent. On the average, each house holds around 2.5 residents, whereas apartment complexes can hold upwards of 50 people for the land of a 3-person family. According to the United States Census, the average gross rent in Pasadena is $2,218. One way we can bring that number down is by changing zoning laws so that we can build more apartments, building more supply for the overwhelming demand. In 2021, the Pew Research Center found that on average, white families have around 90 times the amount of wealth as the average black family. This means that more white families can live in single-family zones rather than their black peers. Historically, single-family zoning laws have been used to segregate white and black people since 1916, when it was first implemented in Berkeley, California. We're experiencing a housing crisis in Pasadena, and the only way we can come one step closer to getting rid of this crisis is by changing zoning laws so that Pasadena can embrace our renters, which make up the majority, or 57.9% of Pasadena citizens. Thank you.
Thank you. Yule Her, followed by Joe Coletti, then Olden Denham, then Alan Shea.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. I live in Pasadena, I attend Pasadena Mennonite Church, and I go to Blair High School. I have also recently joined the PUSD Student Assembly. However, this was in spite of circumstances rather than because of them. Just a month ago, my family was lucky enough to be selected for an affordable housing plan that let us stay in Pasadena for my newly begun high school experience. I love it here. It's close to all the markets I like, I can attend the same school as last year, and as my mom likes to put it, it's our house. That's something that none of us have ever had before. Despite that, my family had to remain in waiting since March, and was displaced from our house, moving between several friends' houses all the way from September to November. Again, we were the lucky few who were given this opportunity at all, and the moving still went in this direction. I believe it stems back to one thing, which is neglect. Had more thought, care, and funding went into Pasadena's affordable housing programs, I'm sure that we wouldn't have been houseless for a month. I'm sure that I wouldn't have had to study past 2 a.m. handwriting papers on someone else's bed because I didn't have one. And I'm very sure my family would have been less stressed out the entire year if our directions were more clear. All this to say that beyond the statistics and race and class, I want to share the opportunity with this voice that I have to share with others like me by making more houses like what I have received, letting us all live in Pasadena.
Thank you.